Boker Tov. So, continuing our discussion on showering on Yom Tov. Yesterday we talked about showering on Shabbat. Let's move on now to showering on Yom Tov for both Sfaradim and Ashkenazim. So, but to begin with cold water, obviously using a manual shower, not generating electricity, based on what we established earlier in the week. Then it's the same status as on Shabbat. For Sfaradim, it's absolutely fine to have a shower in cold water on Yom Tov. Ashkenazim generally have the minhag not to. And when a person is mitzvah, when a person is feeling uncomfortable, then even for Ashkenazim, they're allowed to have a cold shower on Yom Tov with a manual shower. Of course, there are details in terms of drying oneself and how to have a shower and so on, and that B'ezrat Hashem we'll discuss next time. But the principle of having a shower and bathing on Yom Tov for Ashkenazim is even permissible for them, even only in cold water, provided that a person he feels he's uncomfortable. But for Sfaradim, it's outright mutar to have a cold shower on Yom Tov. The question is with hot water. And here we are told very clearly that a person cannot have a shower in hot water or bathe in hot water with water which was heated on Yom Tov. Now, the reason for this is a debate in the Rishonim. One reason given is that it's not bathing one's entire body is not a universal need, and one of the principles of permissible melacha on Yom Tov is that it's davar hashaveh lechol nefesh. It's something which is universally needed. And at the times of the Hachamim, at least, the times of Rishonim even, it wasn't something which was universally needed to have a bath one's entire body on Yom Tov. It wasn't something done regularly, unlike nowadays where it's very common for people to have a shower every single day. The Rambam gave a different reason. That was Tosfot's reason. The Rambam's reason was that it's a gezerah as well because of people who pretended to do it, similar to Shabbat. And so it comes out two different reasons why the Hachamim forbade it, but what's clear is that it is forbidden to bathe on Yom Tov in hot water with water which was heated on Yom Tov. However, and here is the distinction between Yom Tov and Shabbat. So far, it's been the same as Shabbat, but here is a distinction in that water which was heated from Erev Yom Tov, according to the Rambam and according to the Shulchan Aruch, it is permissible to bathe and to have a shower in that hot water which was heated from before Yom Tov on Yom Tov. The only caveat to this, it can't be done in a public place. So you can't do it in a spa or in a public bathhouse. At home, we're talking about a person's shower, a person's bath at home. A person is allowed to use hot water which was heated from before Yom Tov. And by doing so, because it was heated before Yom Tov, therefore it's permissible for the person to have the shower on Yom Tov. However, there are important caveats to this. Firstly, and this is crucial to understand, we're not talking about a combi boiler. A combi boiler would certainly be forbidden according to all opinions, because a combi boiler, as soon as you switch on the manual, even if you've got manual tap, it automatically ignites a new fire. That is how a combi boiler works. Therefore, that, according to everyone, there is no grounds at all to permit that on Yom Tov. What we are talking about is a conventional boiler, which is heated before Yom Tov, and the boiler, how Radia explains, retains the heat. It's not considered, because it was heated before Yom Tov, therefore the thermostat retains that heat over the course of Yom Tov, and therefore that continues to be hot. But its status is it was boiled and cooked and heated before Yom Tov, and therefore that's permissible to be used. If one wants to use this heter, one cannot do so with a combi boiler. It would have to be with a conventional boiler. And also, one needs to ensure that no new water to come in, because if new water comes in, if you use the water for your first shower, or one person in the family uses the shower, but then new water is going to come in, and then that will add with the water which is now be heated on Yom Tov. So then you're going to have to ensure that the cold water valve through which new water enters is shut. So therefore, any water which you use on Yom Tov to have a shower in is water which was heated from before Yom Tov, and the boiler is just retaining that heat. That is the way for the according to the Sfaradim, according to the Shulchan Aruch. According to the Ashkenazim, however, the rules like the Tosfot that even if it was heated from before Yom Tov, it's generally not permissible to have a hot water. So, in conclusion, showering on Yom Tov in cold water, Sfaradim is absolutely fine. Ashkenazim, if a person needs to, there are grounds to allow with a manual, non-electrical shower. In hot water, for Sfaradim, it's permissible to shower in hot water with a manual tap, which is powered through a conventional boiler and not a combi boiler. But if one wants to use the shower more than once, one would need to ensure that no new water is entering the boiler during the course of Shabbat, during the course of Yom Tov. For Ashkenazim, however, they would not be allowed to do so, even if the water was heated from before Yom Tov. Next time, B'ezras Hashem will discuss in lukewarm water, so not hot water and not cold water, lukewarm water, and finally end with some details on showering on Yom Tov and what person needs to be careful.